Hi, this is Sarat Agrawal. So we are going to discuss about the cost center planning. The planning of the cost center is very important for the purpose of absorbing the conversion cost and for the purpose of putting the plan data against the actual so that we can have a plan versus actual reporting as well. So let us understand how the cost center planning process works in SAP. So this is how we will start the cost center planning. First and very foremost important question where we should ask why we are going to do the cost center planning. So cost center planning is required for the purpose of loading the conversion cost in the product costing. Normally, what is the practice? It is being followed all across the organization. The practice is it is being calculated outside the system and updated in the SAP through Excel upload or through manual upload in the transaction KP26. But what is the process flow for that? Or process flow is we are capturing all the expenditures of head office, common cost centers, overhead cost centers in the Excel, and we calculate the plan activity price in the Excel and we update that in the system for the purpose of putting the absorption rate. So this is the process we are being following for the planning purpose. Now, what is the should be practice? So the should be practice is the entire process flow for calculating the plan activity price should be done through SAP system, and it eliminates the risk of human error, future references, audit log, and most importantly, it is person independent. So once we set the process, we have a SOP, anyone can follow the SOP and run the show. So it is not dependent on 1 or 2 person for the doing the entire cost center planning or the costing of the machine hour rate or the labor hour rate. So the same process what is there in the process flow, SAP also follow the similar process wherein we collect the plan cost at head office or common overhead, allocation of the plan cost of common overhead cost centers to the production cost centers, and from there the plan quantity of hours, machine hours, labor hours being updated and the rate is being calculated, and that is called plan activity price rates. So now let us understand how this whole process works in SAP. So these are the steps required for carrying out the entire process. So as I explained, the first step is to update the plan cost in the cost centers by GL and cost centers, and then run the plan allocation cycles. And then first we need to create those cycles, then run the cycle. Then we need to define something called splitting structure. This splitting structure is required if there is more than one activity in one cost center. For example, in many places we have a production cost center with multiple activity type. Maybe in cases of 3-4 activity types are also there. So there we need to have a splitting structure in place. If we do not have a splitting structure, then the total cost of all the GLs will be allocated equally amongst all the activity types, and the correct activity price cannot be calculated. Hence, we need to have a splitting structure in place, and then we need to run the splitting and then calculate the plan price, and then based on that we can get the reportings. So let us see how these things works in SAP. So in KP06, this is for the planning purpose. We update the plan activity cost or the plan cost in the HO cost center or in the common overhead cost center according to the cost center and GL combination. So this is how we can update the prices. Then this is the way we can create the distribution cycle and assessment cycle in the system. So this is how we can give the center cost center, receiver cost center for the purpose of plan cost allocation. And once the allocation cycles are executed through the T code of KSBB or KSUB, you can see the HO cost and the common cost is allocated. And this is how the calculations are being done after the complete allocation. And then we need to define something called splitting structure, as I have explained. So this structure is basically link the activity type with the cost element or the GL accounts. And hence, after that, we need to run the splitting. And here you can see the combination of cost center and activity type get the right cost of the GL and cost centers. So this is how the splitting of the cost is properly done. And then this is the plan activity price calculation screen. Here we can run the plan activity price calculation through key SPI. And here you can see the plan price is calculated. So if you can see the cost center 610 with LHR, MHR, PWR, then the rates are accordingly created on these things. And this is the unit at which the rates are created. And this is the report in which we can see the rates updated. These are the plan activity type rates, and this is how we can see that in the reports. So this is the complete process flow for calculating the plan cost and updating the plan cost in the system for the purpose of absorption in the actual product cost. So for any technical support, please feel free to contact to our given email ID or contact numbers. Thank you.